It was the summer before my senior year of high school, and my life had completely changed. During the school year, there was this girl I used to like. I say used to because she got really weird, really fast. I asked her to homecoming in the fall, and she said yes. This was very exciting due to the fact I was a complete introvert and never had an interaction with a girl ever, and I mean ever. The night of homecoming arrived, and she looked gorgeous in her yellow dress. I wore a dark gray tux, and we were sure a sight to see. She got kind of annoying throughout the night. Whenever I tried to go talk to my friends, she would start pulling me back to dance with her. Finally, when there was a half an hour left of the dance, she went to the bathroom and I could break away. I talked to my friends for a little bit, then I went to the bathroom. I had finished up and walked out to my date standing right at the door with a crazed, angry-looking expression. Her first words were, "Why didn't you tell me you were going to the bathroom?" At this moment, I realized I needed to drop her before things got too serious. The dance was over around 11, and me being able to drive dropped her off at her house. She kept asking me to spend the night, but I kept making any excuse I could to leave. I finally arrived home, and when I checked my phone, there were 20 texts from the girl. The first message said, "I got your number from Facebook. What's up, babe?" I blocked that crazy girl's number immediately and tried to get some sleep. I fell asleep around 1 a.m. and woke up 3 hours later to rocks hitting my window. I got up and there she was, throwing stones at my window. This was the last straw. I ignored her and went back to bed. The next Monday, when I went to school, I saw her and she smiled and waved like nothing had happened Sunday morning. She seemed, I don't know, normal, like the girl I used to enjoy. Time goes by, and we never see each other anymore due to class changes. By the springtime, I had unblocked the girl's number, and the only text that had been sent was an apology about how she acted homecoming night. That text was sent that Monday when she seemed normal. It seems she knew I unblocked her number though, because 5 minutes later, she texted me, "Hi," and I responded with, "What's up?" And not even 5 seconds later, she responded saying, "Not much, just walking around your neighborhood." I got the chills reading that text. I didn't respond and went to do my homework in my basement, just in case she decided to peek in my house. It was nighttime now, and I didn't get any more texts from her, thankfully. I went up to my room and walked in to find my window completely shattered with rocks laying about my floor. My heart stopped as I looked out my window to see the girl with an absolutely crazed expression. Now I had to tell my parents. I told them, and when they went to look outside, the girl had disappeared. They helped me clean up my room, and a week later, they had my window replaced. Just a couple days after my window had been fixed, the girl broke it yet again, and my parents still didn't see the girl. They asked me if I needed to go see a doctor because I had been seeing things. I told them no, and got my window fixed again. By May, I had forgotten all about the girl and what happened. Summer arrives, and along with summer, my parents' anniversary came. This year was their 20th anniversary, so they were planning a big trip to Europe. Their anniversary is July 5th, and they would be gone the whole month. I was to stay at home to watch the dog and the house. The first few nights were very relaxing and fun. I had my friends over, and one of the nights, they hotboxed my bathroom. 2 out of the 6 of us ended up passing out, but they woke up eventually. This night was sure to be the best night of my summer. They stayed over another night, about a week later. We ended up playing board games, and a few brought their girlfriends, so we played other party games as well. That night was fun, but everyone wanted to play Ouija, but I didn't want to play at all. I ended up going to bed while everyone else stayed up and played. I woke up to screaming, and I ran downstairs to find our living room window broken, and that girl sitting smack dab in the middle of my front lawn, just staring at us. Something else in another room got knocked over, and I looked in the room to see what had happened. By the time I got back, the girl had disappeared, like usual, and she was nowhere to be found. All of my friends decided to go home due to the incident. I was alone again, but this time I was scared. I tried going back to sleep, but my head kept spinning. I couldn't stop thinking about the girl, who seemed somewhat possessed. It was around 4 a.m. when I finally drifted off. The next day, I went about my business, got some groceries, and mowed my lawn. By dinner, I was exhausted from the errands and chores that day and had nothing better to do, so I binge-watched Netflix. I watched an entire series of American Horror Story and headed to bed. I was getting ready for bed after checking to make sure no one had came into the house through the broken living room window. I started to sniffle like I was getting a cold. Out of almost nowhere, I sneezed. Almost coincidentally, my house phone started ringing. This was extremely abnormal because my family and I only use our cell phones. I picked up the phone, and before I could ask who was on the other line, someone whispered, "Bless you," and hung up. I started freaking out. I called the police, then my parents, then asked a friend if I could stay at their house. The voice had obviously belonged to the girl, and I was sure she was stalking me very intently. The police arrived, and I explained the past situations with the girl, and they did a very thorough search of my entire property. They, of course, found no sign of the girl anywhere. I stayed the nights at a friend's house until my parents came home a week early in worry of me. It's been 5 years since the incident, and I haven't seen or heard of the girl since.